guys, today I'm going to talk about my bucket bag, and I think we're just going to briefly discuss like some of my thoughts and my use out of bucket bags. I think you should maybe want to keep a lookout for if you are in future purchasing, going after for a bucket bag in any style. So let me just give a quick summary. I mean, bucket bag, typically we talk about having a cinch on the top and it's like a bucket. Two main styles of one is a crossbody, which is with this long little strap. Another would be a top handle. So I've shortlisted these two bags to just briefly talk about like some of the pro and cons and things to just take note of. So let's just begin with this bag. Now, one of the key main idea that I have with bucket bags, I used to own about 7 bucket bags at one go from Chanel, and there are a couple of different shapes. I would say this is something that is a very ideal shape. One thing to look at in the silhouette of a bucket bag is that typically it's like a ball, like a fish bowl. You have a curve right here, you have another curve right here, so it's a little bit like a round shape or oval shape most of the time. But this, if you take a look, is actually more like a flat bag. So with this particular design and feature, it rests very comfortably and close to your body. That's where you don't have the problem like, the bag gets a bit boxy and bouncing out, or, it's like, a little bit away from your body, that kind of feel. So this actually sticks pretty closely, but of course it does give a little short change of its width in terms of capacity, because it's narrower. But in terms like, when it rests onto your body, it rests perfectly well and good. So one of the main essential to find a bucket bag that has this particular straight back, or even this is a little round and boxy somehow, right? A flat finish right here. Unlike there are some that's really a curve ball, if you know what I mean. Chanel do have some designs that is just like a curve ball as a whole, and those bags, if you rest it on your body, this round area would actually be flattened onto your body, so it doesn't look as pretty, and probably wear and tear may not be as ideal for overall long run in terms of wear and tear for those bags that are more rounded and you rest it on your body. So this is something that I'm very particular when I buy a bucket bag. Point number 2 is how can you close and cinch your bag. So I think we've seen reviews of these bags before. It's not going to be like totally fully cinched unless it's going to be this way, and I don't think many of us would do that. And first of all, it's going to be a quick access and so forth. So if you're concerned about having your bag to be totally closed and cinched, leather bucket bags may not be as ideal, because leather, they are pretty, especially caviar or calf skin leather, they are pretty tough and thicker. It's I wouldn't say impossible, but you may cause a little bit of a stress or damage to the leather and the bag if you really cinch it all the way this way. Even for this bag, I pretty much cinch it. I could probably squeeze it a little further if I really want to, but I don't think I will like that, so I'll just keep it this way. It's narrow enough that things don't fall off as easily, but it's just not as dangerous as it seems to have things pickpockets or whatsoever. So I find this is one of the pretty ideal with a top handle or not. I think that it's really very subjective. It would be very handy if you like to do a top handle carry, or like a little crook of your arm. And if you do drive, it's pretty handy to just get it off and on your car. So I do find that this is one of the plus points. It's really, really helpful and handful to use, and this particular crossbody, it sits very comfortably. So I think that's why this is one of the favorites to many people. That is about the cinching of the bag. Next point, I would want to say, where would the bag rest on you? For a crossbody, I think it's very straightforward. Typically around your hip area or maybe a midsection area is either a little lower or higher. So if it does have a long strap, some of us would just have to deal with. It depends on your height and your frame, where the bag would actually fit on your body. But if it's a shoulder bucket bag, I would say that most of the bag, it would typically fit, on your lower chest area, so that your arm could rest down pretty comfortably. So that is one of the main reasons I like bucket bag which is on a shoulder style, because it is just like a handbag, and I do like bucket bags. A handbag in a bucket bag style, and mine is with a top handle, so I do find it very comfortable to wear, and it's rather a pretty bag. So that's why I also prefer Deauville totes from Chanel comparing with Neverfull from Louis Vuitton, even some of the on the go from Louis Vuitton. Their straps are just really, really uncomfortable, and it's just around your armpit area, the whole bag. And especially if the bag is soft, it's not as bad. You can actually squash it. But if the bag itself is like pretty structured, like on the go, you will find that, you know, you're not sure where to rest your arm, to squash it down, or, you know, to push the bag onto your back is another thing. So, but there is a new on the go that they have a long strap, which is very comfortable and a very good size bag. So that's something that you may want to consider. So just to have a very quick summary, one, I would say, is the shape of the bucket bag itself. Is it a very rounded one, or a bit more squarish that is rectangular, or, you know, a little bit more flat onto the back, so it rests on your body much better. Number two, how you cinch the bag. Typically, if it's nylon or, you know, maybe cotton material, you will find that it's easier to cinch the bag all the way up full and close. But for a regular calf leather, it's pretty difficult because the thickness and a little bit of the toughness of the leather. Next point, whether do you have a top handle or not, I don't think that everybody will fuss about that. Even this with the top handle is pretty easy to access your bag. The items on the inside definitely gives you this extra convenience to it. But I do enjoy this because I find that it's, you know, pretty narrow enough. I don't feel the danger of it, you know, of things dropping down. But at the same time, it's just a very good throw over, you know, your shoulder kind of bag, which is very fast free and very practical to use, I would say. And last but not least, I would talk about leather. Lambskin leather is definitely prone to be softer, and it's more it's more supple. So you do find that the bags would be, especially if a bag is supposed to be more structured, it would find that it may turn out to be not as, you know, well shaped thereafter. Whereby these calf skins, I would say that it's definitely much more structural, and this bag is not overly stiff structural bag. So moving forward, I do find that if I do not over abuse this bag, this would look pretty much the same somewhat. Okay, so thank you guys for your time. This is just a very quick chit chat in my car talking about bucket bags. I believe I have covered, you know, the main key points that I would like to discuss about, but there may be some, you know, little points I may not thought of yet, or, you know, come into this video. Anything, do leave it in the comments box below, and I shall see you in my next video. Stay safe and be blessed. Bye.